So something I said in the last episode that I wanted to touch on, but then we jumped into the political shit, was knowing money and owning, having ownership and having your numbers, which brings me to Dave Chappelle. So Dave Chappelle recently did a stand-up and put it on his Instagram called Unforgiven. The whole premise of Unforgiven is he's talking about how he signed a deal at around 28. He was fairly young with Comedy Central under Viacom. I know HBO Max and Netflix was streaming Chappelle Show, and Dave Chappelle
Netflix took it down.
Is not getting
Netflix took it down.
Okay, so Netflix took it down, and Dave wasn't getting any money from it because he signed away the rights to it. As people who work in advertising, who like really when we signed the deal, anything that we do on those laptops technically is owned by the company. Anything we create for the clients or their IP. So
and that's why I got my own laptop for my own.
That's exactly why I bought my own shit and started doing the pod
and my
on
own phone for my own shit. Like, we recording this podcast from my phone. I'm talking to you guys through my phone, not the company phone.
Exactly. But to the point, I was gonna say, what do you think about the Dave Chappelle situation? What do you think about creatives getting back their ownership? Because I'm gonna play. I hate to say it, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. He did technically sign a I'm not saying he shouldn't have an opportunity to renegotiate, but he originally signed a contract that said X, Y, and Z, and that's where he's at now. I think smart business would be like, obviously Dave is a genius. Let's do a better deal with him because we could probably get something out of it from like Comedy Central or Viacom standpoint. But like, what do you guys think about, when he dropped the special and when he said like, yo, like this feels like a 3-card Monty deal when I signed it, yada yada.
Well, I'm gonna jump. Go, Rose. I want to hear you. I got a point of view, but I want to hear you first, bro.
I'm gonna jump in real quick. He's fighting against this one thing that's like, yo, 20, or he's fighting against something from 15 years ago, right? Like, he's fighting against something that's like already established, a well-oiled machine, and it's like, yo, all right, bro, like, you signed that contract though, so you got to go deal with that. But I'm not saying what's right or wrong. But I'm saying in America, we signed a contract. America. That's America. And then again, I will say the black man did not create capitalism, but the black man's job is to understand it, and he understands it at a different level. Like, I mean, even the jokes that he makes now, I know he's salty towards Kevin Hart because he knows he's funnier than Kevin Hart, and he tells the jokes about how when him and his son would see Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart had like a big ass table of food, and like his son talked to him like, yeah, we don't eat at home, which was so dope. Your AD, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I remember that shit.
So the thing is about Chappelle, but the thing about Chappelle is he knows he has a voice. He knows he has people tuning in. So what he's doing now is like, yo, just boycott my show on that platform.
Boycott me. Yeah.
And that's the brilliancy. And that is what because Chappelle understands, like, my earlier point, back in those days, it wasn't that. A person like AD is an artist, bro. AD is an artist, right? So AD is gonna express himself in a way from his platforms, and AD could also put paid media behind it, but not only express, he speaks volumes between anything that's happening, between social injustices and all these different things, like social injustice and all these different things. He's speaking from a platform that's like, yo, this is me organically, and this is like me putting paid media behind it. Now, Chappelle is doing the same thing. I'm speaking organically, and I put paid media behind it. 15 years ago, there was none of that. So Chappelle is like, yo, I'm speaking to my audience, and I'm telling them, yeah, I was 28 years old. I'm 40-something years old. Boycott that shit. Make sure that they don't get paid, because The only thing that they understand is views. They understand when people don't react to things that we put dollars behind and we're putting out there to the public and people don't react to it, then that's when we have to make a change. And that's all Chappelle is saying. And I'm not saying like I'm with the company side of it. I'm not with the Viacom side of it. I'm not with the Chappelle side of it. But I understand both sides.
I mean, and like add to what you're saying, bro, it's kind of like, you know, Chappelle really brought the American experience to the forefront. And you know, I've always came with this Venn diagram of the American experience. Part of it is the guns, part of it is the money, and part of it is the law, right? In the case of Chappelle, when he signed on the contract, hey man, that's the law. And here's the money that you may or may not get because of the law you signed, right? And I guess, you know, years later, he feel a certain way. He got very strategic. So I found this to be funny. He did a whole special about that fucked up deal on the very same network that's empowering him right now, which is Netflix. You can only watch that recent thing that he put out only on Netflix. And how he called Netflix to tell them to take down his shit, right? Even though they didn't contractually have to do that, right? However, they fucks with him because he's bringing that fight. He's bringing them views that you talked about, Rose.
My bad.
But if you just look at it, the overall thing of it all, man, it's a great lesson that I think even he now understand that you have to learn that if you're going to battle networks like that on your own, you can't do it. Like if you try to do this shit in like outside of Netflix, he can never do this because of the legal ramifications and the blowback from that. It'll ruin him. But he's at a spot now that Netflix said they don't give a fuck about networks. They're in fact trying to put networks out of business. And that's the gun. The Netflix is the gun in this Venn diagram right now.
I mean,
and he can change all of that shit he did in the past just because, to Rose's point, you know, if you just tell people that don't watch me unless it's on Netflix, then guess what? Guess who got the bag? Guess who got the power? Guess who got the whole Venn diagram I just explained? That would be Dave Chappelle and Netflix, and even an HBO, who's been around hell of a longer than almost any of these guys, have to buy it out, bro. And the same thing with Netflix, the same thing with Viacom, which is I think what CBS owned them or something like that. So yeah, man, this shit is deep, bro. About signing contracts, identifying contracts years later, tearing up the contract and doing something new. Like in the American experience, anything can happen, man, on that Venn diagram. You know, those other two can influence the one that's left out. The gun can influence the law if you got the money. The law can influence guns if you got the money again, or vice versa. So yeah, it's real, bro.
Yeah. Sorry, I was that noise that happens because I was on Netflix. I think I'm not sure if his latest special was on Netflix, but I do know it's on his Instagram, and it got 5.9 million views.
It's a lot, and it's organic again. Going back to that.
And that's just his Instagram, not
organic, bro. Organic. Talk heavy, AD. Talk heavy.
It's organic.
There's other people who reposted it. There's people who's talking about it. It's a lot. So like, you know, it's
I mean, right now, man, all these tech platforms, they got the juice, bro. They got all the powers and the cards in their favor because they got the traffic. They could play around with media like no other because they got the traffic, they got the platforms, and they had all the analytics to go along with that shit. You can't even buy these type of engagement nowadays. So even create a campaign to engage somebody like that, it's unheard of. That would never happen. You can't even create content like that. Like the content has to come from an organic place.
If it goes viral, that's the only how.
And that's the Gucci Mane. That's Gucci Mane and Jeezy. Organic. They got shit getting them shit was organic virally.
I mean, look at how Dave Chappelle is telling stories now. He's telling these. I mean, I'm sure he's writing them, obviously, but they feel a lot more organic as opposed to just jokes.
For me, it's like when you a young person and you drinking Welch's grape soda and you drinking fucking Coca-Cola, and then someone say, "Yo, drink this water. Drink this essential water." Chappelle, Rock, Paul Mooney's like drinking that water. But sometimes when you drink that clear water, you're like, damn, this shit is nurturing to my body, bro. That's Chappelle, bro. That's Paul Mooney. That is Rock to me. because it's like they're bringing an element to this game that's like, damn, motherfuckers don't even want to talk about it. Like water don't taste like nothing. It's nothing exciting about water. You know what I'm saying? Like this. I mean, unless you get like you might get like a seltzer, or you might get a flavored water. I'm talking about pure water. Them motherfuckers, what they do out with their talent, and it's water because it's like
nice.
It is giving you something that's gonna take you to the next day. Like fucking drinking. Bro. I used to drink. I don't drink no juice or soda, but I used to drink grape soda, nigga, and I used to love it. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, yo, but there ain't nothing there. There's nothing there after you drink it. You
great soda is crack. That's the name of crack.
Yo, AD, chill.
It's crack. I mean, I don't know what crack tastes like, but I would imagine it probably tastes like grape soda.
That's funny.
Grape sodas is delicious.
Yo, AD, I appreciate you. Yo, AD, I appreciate you, fam.
I appreciate that point.
No, it's just water.
So
Chappelle's water.
So to your earlier point, Kevin Hart has dropped a special on Netflix called Zero Fucks Given, where he does a comedy special from his home.
Sorry.
I just want to say, like, I haven't seen it, so asterisk on my opinion.
Neither have I, but I believe that it's trash because he's always been trash to me.
I mean, I like Kevin Hart.
But you know what? Kevin Hart's from Philly, and he's a multimillionaire. He's getting money, so I love him. I love him. Like, I don't want nobody
get your money.
Thinking your boy Rose or anybody on Ab Bros does not love Kevin Hart because we do.
Yeah, you love what he's doing, but you're not like it.
When we're talking about content, and we are people who are gatekeepers of content, gatekeepers of information and media and creative and production, we have to call a spade, and that's what all we doing on Ab Bros. Go ahead, Tony.
Now I was just gonna say, to me, the last special that he was funny in was when he said when he's talking about his uncle come from jail and say it with your chest. I know that was probably like 10 years ago or something like that, but that was the last time I saw him. I was like, yo, man, this dude is funny as fuck. But I don't know. Like, I haven't seen the special, but I just did not I don't see anything that makes me say like, oh, yo, let me turn.
I mean, that was the last time he was kind of funny, bro.
No one ever says like, yo, turn that new Kevin Hart on to me.
I mean, Feel My Pain, laugh, but anything before Feel My Pain, and it was cool, right? It was definitely had its moments of fun, if not pretty damn funny, right? But I just think Kevin, I'm just gonna say it, fuck it. Kevin got rich nigga problems, and that ain't funny. It's nothing. It's nothing funny about it. It's nothing tragic about it. I mean, he talking about his kids flying private. I've never flown private, and the average person in general has never been on a plane, let alone flying in a damn PJ, right? He got just rich nigga problems, and it's like he hasn't figured out a way to make that just relatable and funny. Yet at the same time, people watching it. So
you gotta ride the bus in Philly or something.
People watching that shit, bro. And he probably need to go back to Philly to just kind of get some inspiration. But at the end of the day, the cat making his coins. But I will say this: to go back to the story thing we've been talking about, right? The story around this special is actually more intriguing and more interesting than the special itself, right? Like the shit that went down on the Clubhouse app, how he got on there defending himself, and
I heard about
people started a whole group talking about how he wasn't funny. He mad petty, I guess that's been a recurring thing on this podcast about petty black people, but hey, that works. But yeah, overall, man, the story around like him not being funny is actually more funny than him being funny on Netflix.
Exactly.
It's funny though. No pun intended, but yeah, I must say though, I gotta give him props though on this thing called marketing. Because what he know how to do is keep you all talking about him in social, and now on multiple social channels that's outside of the normal social platforms, right? Like the whole Clubhouse, whole new social media, whole new social platform, purely just using your voice and talking like a chat room, right? Like a party line. And supposedly he's a part owner in that shit. So it's wild, bro, that people are going on, especially black people are going on these platforms, and we're creating all this buzz when we talk shit about people, not knowing that when we talk shit about people on these platforms, it goes back to that thing Rose talked about, organic chatter, right? It's bad news, but you talking about it, which seeing the numbers up through the roof, which, and in the hindsight of 2020 or whatever, it actually made Kevin Hart still come out on top. He ain't gotta be funny, as long as that motherfucker's tuning in.
That is facts.
Yeah. I mean, what they're saying, yeah, you can bust up these CDs. I mean, Eric Easy aka Eric Wright, he like, man, I don't give a fuck about them buzzing up these CDs. They bought them already. Do what they want. That's gangster.
Eric Wright is a real dude. That's gangster.
That's gangster.
I'm co-signing that.
It's gangster shit.
I'm co-signing that.
I don't know if Kevin Hart is that intentional with being gangster, much as like a Eric Wright would be, but nonetheless, he winning.
Yeah, facts.
But that shit still whack though.
All right, good way to end it.
Talk heavy, AD. Talk heavy, bro.
So, did you? All right, so a couple
talk
of
on that, bros.
So, all right, one advertising thing I want to talk about, and then I want to jump into some like entertainment stuff. I saw this on Twitter today, where it was talking about, because we're talking about organic advertising. So I love how this is just naturally flowing. There was a Gap commercial where LL Cool J rapped on it, and he had a FUBU hat on, FB. For those who don't know, FUBU, For Us By Us, was, a clothing company that him and what was his name? Fuck.
Damien?
Yeah, Damien from Shark Tank and a couple other people started. And it was interesting from an advertising standpoint because at the time, the people at Gap didn't know what FUBU was. So it's like he basically got a $30 million commercial done for a clothing line that he was working on off of the Gap. So I just thought it was like an interesting kind of like add history kind of thing that happened. I don't think it was today that happened, but for some reason,
that was some hell of a product placement, right? Like that was free advertising.
And who's to say that Damon and his crew, the four gentlemen, I believe it's four gentlemen who was a part of the creation of FUBU, didn't send him a check in a bag, and that they're not in relation. That's a Queens thing. That's a Queens.
Queens
link up.
I think
I'm saying
owner or something. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Maybe he is. But I feel like it's a Queens link up. You know what I mean? Regardless of whatever. And it's like, oh, you know what? We got to represent this thing right. And Gap ain't paying no attention because they ain't connected to Queens or the streets or Brownsville. Or, you know what I'm saying? They ain't connected to none of that. They ain't connected to East Side Atlanta.
Do you think a Gap exec later? Do you think years later somebody from Gap like, damn, we fucked up? We gave them free.
Yeah, they wouldn't know. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't know. Yo, AD. They wouldn't know if they walking down a block to get robbed, run into a lick. They didn't know none of that shit, bro. And that's the beauty. That is the beauty of us and Abros and the things that we talk about and the things that we represent, because we come from a different spectrum. As like, yo, bro, I need to know the language, the lingo, and the language of a person who's 20 years old. Because when I'm in a situation up, whether it's downtown Brooklyn, whatever, and they saying certain words, and it's like, I need to understand what's about to happen.
Yeah,
they don't know none of that, bro.
Or in New York, that might be like a good year or a bad year.
Yeah, depending on how you hear it, right? Exactly. I remember Diddy was doing Making of the Band, and he was drinking some espresso. Some coffee drink, I don't know who it was. He bleeped that shit all the way out. He like, yo, send me a check, I'll take the blur off.
Yeah.
Yo, that's funny. That is hilarious, man.
Oh, what was that? Was that the story? I thought something happened to Diddy.
No, that was it. It's the stories that motherfuckers from the hood gonna be like, nah. If Diddy was an executive at Gap.
Oh, nah, he was like, blur that shit.
Nah, he'd be like, nah, FUBU, the only way you getting this shit up in here, you're going to have to run me some bags. Like,
but outside of
the books. Outside of the books of Gap, you're going to have to run me a bag or two.
But the thing is, your AD, the thing is, like, the thing we all talk about, and when the homies like Thousand and Kopax talk about, and we talk about people that's in that room to understand that certain lingo and language is happening, right? Like there's people over there, they don't know nothing about nothing. The only time that they know something goes bad is when it goes bad.
Well,
Because you want to improve. Go ahead, Tony.
I think what AD is saying is like if someone who knew the lingo was in that office, they would be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Do you see what he got on his head?
No. I'm in alliance with that. Like I'm
Oh,
wholeheartedly with that. What I'm saying, the point I'm just saying is we're talking about an afterthought. Between you, AD, and myself, we're talking about an afterthought. What I'm talking about is when the situation is happening, they don't have nobody in it that understands. It's like, yo, you ever heard the term of like, I know, I don't know. It's like if somebody said the word thought, or they say
I don't know what it is. Yeah.
they wouldn't know what it is, and it's like, oh, this is some word from Chicago, Illinois, and then when they understand what it is, they're like, no, we gotta block that. You know what I'm saying? Because someone yelled out, I'm offended because my niece was in the video when they said the word thought. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Or I remember seeing on Twitter someone Caucasian was like, why do black people say woo chili? And then someone corrected us like, is woo child. It was just funny. But
Woo chili.
Yeah. But it was like, you mean child?
Damn.
But
yo, Tony, it's like you ever heard the term block work? Yo, you smoking block work. You know what that is?
I don't.
Yeah. So block work, so I'm just saying, it's like, yo, block work is like you smoking some real low grade weed.
Oh,
like, yo, you smoking block work.
I heard Reggie before. But
nah, block work is lower than Reggie, but that's new. So your AD,
the podcast, yeah.
That's a whole nother. What I'm saying is, you need. I'm from a different. Yeah, I'm in the offices, but they wouldn't understand that. If someone say, "Yo, you doing block work," that means you smoking low grade marijuana. That's a diss. So all I'm saying is, you know what? The people that look like us, we control everything that's happening tomorrow, and they can't do nothing about it. They can't do nothing about it.
I think. Well, just one point you made, AD. I think Gap was cool with it because I think from the story that Damon told, their sales went up 300-fold, and they got. I think it was like 300%. The target market of the people they wanted started to build up because they saw the FUBU logo. So I think it was a win-win for them. They were just like, fuck it. We don't have to sell the product and we getting the people in here. And then FUBU got the people because they was like, all right, we trying to find this. It's hot. Where is that in the street? So I think it was a win-win situation, but
Word.
Yo, did any of y'all watch The Undoing?
I have not seen that.
All right, cool. We can skip that. Just because the ending was interesting. It's very New York centric, high society, whodunit kind of thing. But the ending was a little. It wasn't as mysterious, but the way it ended was interesting when I started reading up on Twitter and different articles about it. But yeah, we can skip all that. So other entertainment news. Snowfall season 2 coming back 2021 spring. I think, to me, I know Rose has an opinion on it. AD, I don't know if you saw the show, but to me, I'm sorry, my bad. Not Snowfall season 2. That's a correction. But Snowfall, the new season, is coming back 2021.
Season 4, baby.
Yeah, season 4. To me, it's one of the greater TV shows on TV. It's one of the best TV shows out that has to do with drama, storytelling. It happens to take place during the 80s drug era. And
rest in power, John Singleton. Rest in power, John Singleton.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I think it's
giant in the
based
game.
off of Ricky Rose, Freeway Rose. But yeah, man, great fucking show.
Listen, man,
to me, it has the potential to be up there with The Wire, in my opinion.
The thing about Snowfall is so ill is because Snowfall is like something that really, really happened in America that everybody tried to brush under a rug and say that it didn't happen. So now you're giving a perspective of a person who's like, yo, he was a part of the process, and now he's trying to win, and now he has the government under his thumb when he was under the government's thumb, and his position like, I will not be a slave, bro. And we're gonna get out of this thing together, and I'm gonna win, and you're gonna win, and that's the American dream. That's why I like Snowfall.
Yes, sir. So today we are recording on December 4th. I do want to say, I like how you said that. I'm gonna start saying that. Rest in power. Rest in power to Fred Hampton, who in 1969 was murdered by the FBI and the police.
99 bullets, kid. 99 bullets.
Yeah. I think if you know about his history and what he was doing for the Black community, that was a huge loss. And the crazy thing is, I think he was 21, right? 21, 22. He was super young when he was murdered.
Yeah, Jay-Z was born the same day he was born. Jay-Z was born the same day.
Yeah, he was 21. He was 21.
Yeah, he had that line. I was born on the day Fred Hampton died.
Fred Hampton died.
Yeah, but we talking about Fred Hampton. We talking about Jay-Z. We talking about Fred Hampton.
I was gonna
salute Fred Hampton, man. 99 bullets. You heard?
That's wild.
That's insane. He was asleep. He was asleep. Yeah. He was asleep, yo, AD. He was in his boxes, AD.
His man sold him out. That's crazy. Not that it's impossible, but man, Judas was alive.
Judas factors everywhere, baby. That's a historic thing. That ain't nothing new.
Can't wait till the movie come out that they doing. I hope that Daniel Kaluuya.
And salute to Fred Hampton Jr., who out there promoting with that talk, man, promoting what he promoting, man. Nice. Salute to Fred Hampton Jr., who is also in Block Party with Dave Chappelle.
Oh, where?
Man, go look it up. He was in Block Party. You heard?
Yeah, he towards the end.
Oh,
yeah, towards the end. I got that on DVD. I'm old as fuck over here.
I don't have that on
Oh, fuck that. I'm going to look at my DVD. I don't know. I understand Brother Chappelle. He don't want nobody viewing him on this streaming. That's cool. I respect that. But I bought that DVD.
Now, I'm watching
that shit tonight.
I go on YouTube and I watch the clips, man. I won't go in the streaming, but I'll go on YouTube and watch the clips. I don't have a DVD player. That's the problem. So I got a bunch of shit.
I just bought one about 2 months ago for shits and giggles. And that shit was like dirt cheap. Play Blu-ray and all that shit. Play CDs too.
Oh shit, nice. All right, so one thing we did just say, also today, December 4th, Jay-Z's birthday. Happy birthday, Hova, Jigga, all that good stuff. Hopefully he does something for the Black community soon. Drop an album, help some people out. Who knows? But yeah, what else? Selena drops. There's a Selena series that drops on Netflix today, which I think would be interesting. I mean,
about the singer?
Yeah, I don't know how much you can do after the movie. But I actually had a friend who I was talking to about that. She was like, yo, I just want to listen to the music. The story's a little bit, drawn out. Cause I was like, yo, you know what happens in that? Hey, speaking of people that sell you out, man, the manager of her fan club murdered her.
Be the ones, B.
What else? I don't know did you guys watch Euphoria? I don't know if you watched.
Nah, I ain't watched that.
Well, there's an interesting thing that I think it's coming on HBO, but it's on HBO Max now. But the interesting thing, the reason why I brought it up is because of COVID, season 2 was delayed. But what they're doing is they're dropping a 2-part series where it focuses on the main character and her and another guy who they're both, he's like the older, mature guy who's like trying to get her out of the drug life. But it's interesting because from a filming standpoint, I thought it was dope that they're filming these 2-part episodes that focus on these 2 characters only in like this diner, and it's like a bridge between season 1 and season 2. I just thought it was a dope way to like keep fans at bay and not like lose any fans, but also like kind of keep telling the story and, keep people employed too. You filming, you're doing some work, but I thought that was interesting. I'm gonna check that out. I don't know. Did any of you guys, I haven't seen the Fresh Prince reunion yet. I was going to check that.
Yeah, I was going to check that out probably over the holidays. Cause I like the Fresh Prince, but there's a lot of shit coming out, man. So I figured I'd check that out at some point. Saw clips on YouTube though.
So you brought. Oh, I might check that too. But you brought up a good point because I was gonna bring that up here, and then we can wrap up after this. I find it interesting that I don't know if it's just because it's our industry, but a lot of people are usually off traveling during the holiday season. But I started to notice that, like, obviously this is usually when a lot of shows stop, but I've started to notice a lot of shows on like streaming services releasing closer to the holidays, and I wonder if it's because they know people are going to be home more. So it's like,
Oh yeah, baby. COVID changed everything, man. It's the great disruptor outside of a mail-in ballot.
I noticed
It's
a
the
lot
great
of shows dropping like now and like
yeah.
and I was like, yo, that's kind of interesting.
I mean, you saw what HBO about to do next year, right? They probably just go ahead and put the theaters into the graveyard, bro. They releasing all this shit the same time they release to these theatrical releases. So they're gonna release their separate HBO.
Oh, yo, you brought up
and y'all seen what Slack just did. Slack just got that 28 billion.
Yeah. Salesforce.
Oh,
COVID, Salesforce, COVID. They went and they understood what was happening and understood how to get that bag.
Yeah, we live and die by Slack at the job. I think we're the biggest, enterprise users of it.
I just got on Slack, my new gig. It's interesting. I like it.
I'm on Teams. I'm at Teams at the job right now. I fuck with Teams. Microsoft Teams. Salute to Microsoft Teams.
It works the same manner.
Yeah, I was using it before I left my gig. I liked it, but I felt like you need the whole Microsoft suite to like really enjoy how it works, like the interactions between like Outlook and all that stuff. But yeah, those are both dope. Yo, AD, you brought up a good point actually. I was just about to end it, but you brought up two good points. One, do you think movie theater is gonna be done by 20? I don't think next year, but by 2022, you think it's gonna? I have a theory that Warner Brothers dropping on HBO Max and in theaters is basically the test year, and they're gonna see how streaming does versus box office numbers.
Oh, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
On that, they'll probably be like, or if they change the rules, because technically it's still a rule that I think to get an Academy Award, if that's what you want to put your movie up for, you have to be in theaters.
That's gonna change though. That's gonna change. I can see all COVID changing everything, bro. It's changing, rewriting the rules to everything in life. So yeah, it's only a matter of time. So I don't know if theater's gonna be like done, but they ain't gonna be what they're not gonna be what they used to be. They're gonna start shutting down a lot of theaters, just like retail. Theaters no different than retail.
Oh my god! I ain't gonna lie. I like the retail experience. Actually, I gotta go.
Me too.
I mean, I mentioned to you my phone broke. And I gotta go to the Apple store. I'm actually looking forward to it because the last couple times I went, the experience was lovely. So I was like, I would kind of be a little.
But Apple's smart though. Apple don't have a whole lot of inventory. No matter wherever Apple store you go to, pretty much every product that they own or sell, it can fit on like the size of two big coffee tables. Literally everything that they sell can all fit on a big coffee table, or two of their tables at the store, right? So their inventory overall is not a lot in terms of what they sell. So they can do that. They can do retail in an immersive way, but I don't know, man. These other guys like the malls and the Walmarts.
The Fifth Ave Apple store feels like an way.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
But the same thing with, streaming. Like, I mean, you can stream on your phone or your TV. I mean, you can't get no more comfortable than your TV at the house.
That's true.
And I like going to I love going to the theaters though.
I love the experience because like, I grew up with my pops taking me and my brother to the theater every time the summer blockbuster came out. So to me, it's very nostalgic. I mean, I know a lot of people hate theaters. They say it's dirty, not clean, yada yada. But like, I mean, to me, it's very nostalgic, and I love that vibe and that feeling.
Yeah, especially if you go with your friends and family or whatever.
I also love the comfort of my home. Yo, one other thing before we wrap. One last thing. We were supposed to talk about it months ago, but Quibi died.
Quibi died.
Thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't know what else to say. $2 billion.
It started last year, right? Yeah, last year. No, the year before. I think it was the year before last. It had just started or is bubbling. Yeah. I think it was out for a year. That's crazy. Sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, I mean, what's there to say? It blew $2 billion.
Grand opening, grand closing.
I mean, YouTube brothers ain't getting no $2 billion for nobody. You get 2 billion headaches.
I just feel like for me, like I look at it from a production standpoint, it's like, all right, you're spending almost the same amount of money to produce these short form content pieces. It's just like I don't see what the sell is. Like I don't know. I never downloaded it. I know people who had it and liked a couple of shows on there, but I just don't. I feel like the point is like you could just absorb that and do it on YouTube, or like you could do it on a platform that exists.
I just think they got too stuck into the form factor or the user experience being all mostly vertical. And at the end of the day, you still got, I mean, it goes back to what we've been saying in these last two parts. Story. What are the stories you telling? Because that's what people are buying into. They're buying stories. I mean, you know, Netflix and all those guys got popular because people stream content that they love back in the days, which is these stories. So yeah, they just didn't have compelling stories that they were trying to tell with their platform, you know?
Yeah, that's facts. All right, man. I think we talked about a lot in this episode.
It's been good, man. It's been good.
Yeah,
We haven't talked in a minute.
Yeah, man. Good getting the therapy out. Good chopping up with you folks. Any final words from you guys?
Rose still there?
I don't know.
Nah, yeah, of course I'm here, baby. You already know. I'm just listening. I'm listening to the gems that y'all dropping, but you know what I'm saying? You already know it is. Easy Rose, Ad Bros. You know what I mean? Just another edition. As always, man, no soft talk when it comes to telling the truth.
That's it. That's all I got.
All right, that's all we got.